I think we recording. Man, it's been I think over a year since I posted on YouTube. I'm jamming. Nah, for real. For real, y'all, I've been over on Periscope just getting it cracking, and y'all don't talk about my hair. You know I'm natural. It is what it is, and it's hot in the shop, baby. Real quick, this is a super quick video. I wanted to ask a question. Just a real quick question, and I really just want to understand your answer. So I got a lot of feedback on Periscope, and I was going to just upload the Periscope video, but you know I interact with the Periscopers, so it's kind of weird how I'm answering questions and whatnot. But it got heated. Like, I've never had that many people tuned into a broadcast, and so I felt like it was a topic of discussion. Of course, it's the hot button issue, Black Lives Matter. And so what I was saying was that if there is an issue with Black Lives Matter, then what's the issue with Blue Lives Matter? I mean, why is there not an issue? And I really want someone in the comments to address that issue. Here's what I said. We talked a lot in that video about my ministry for kids, and I feel like our generation has lost its course. We have veered left and right as opposed to going straight. And I feel like the way for me to do what I need to do is to embrace my purpose. And my purpose, and I know that it is with these children. Y'all have to forgive my voice. I'm struggling. Like, my sinuses is going nuts. All sinuses matter. So here's what I said. So we talking about all lives matter. My son came home and told me that he was not allowed to say Black Lives Matter because it was racist. And it's a terrorist group. Blase. And I'm on my way to praise dance practice, and after that I got football practice, and after that I got all these other things that I need to do. I got 5 links. I got just too much stuff on my plate. But what I'm going to always make room for every day, and I pray that one day I can fully 100% walk in my purpose, leave corporate America alone, focus on developing leaders and developing children. Here's why I want to focus on that. I believe our generation is skewed. I feel like there's nothing that we can do at this point but fight back as black people in our generation, because we done. At this point, is who gonna win this war? The war ain't even really kicked off yet. Let me go back because I'm all over the place. So first thing we want to talk about is Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter, period. That's it. That's all. To combat my statement and say that all lives matter is retarded. Here's why. If all lives mattered, as you say, there would be no need to say Black Lives Matter. There would be no need to say Blue Lives Matter. See, the problem is that there is no value on human life. In our opinion, as black people, police officers, not all, but we're talking about the ones that feel like this, has devalued human life. Our lives are less valuable to them. They feel like they're doing the world a service by murdering us, period. That's it, that's all. Those cops that killed them men out in Sterling, Philandro, Tamir Rice, Mike Brown, they knew when they came up they was going to shoot and kill that person, period. It's something, before they pulled the trigger, the decision had been made to kill. That's it, and that's all. And can't nobody tell me nothing different. I'm not on here trying to incite a race riot because I'm going to speak to all lives matter. Absolutely. Because those cops that are being killed are not the cops that have done the killing. In my anger, I may say, why you don't just go kill them cops that killed them people? Like, the Ferguson dude still walking around. Zimmerman wasn't even a cop, but he's still frolicking and committing all kind of crimes. But yet you kill this officer, white, black, or purple, whatever nationality he is, that's just trying to get through his shift and get home to his family, or get home, period. Family man or not. That's crazy. That cop didn't do nothing to nobody, but yet he took an L. He took an L because he's being punished for the actions of a few. Flip. That's what the black people going through. All these black men are being punished for the actions of a few. The media will have you to believe that all we do all day is shoot and kill each other. If that's the case, wouldn't be no more black people. I even got black people saying, if Black Lives Matter, then why don't we stop killing each other? It ain't even that many killings. Don't let the media fool you. I'm here to stand and tell you, in Chicago, yeah, it's a whole bunch of shooting. It's a whole bunch of violence. It's a whole bunch that goes on every day. Why do you think it is that there is nothing published in the paper? There is nothing said about any other killings but black people. See, let me remind you of what went on. See, like a couple of years ago, the war wasn't on black people, it was on Mexicans. Mexicans didn't do no right. If you went over eastern Chicago, them police officers was doing something strange to them Latinos and them Hispanics over there, for real. And all you heard about was the Latin Kings this and the Latin Kings that. But that wasn't selling. But we're gonna go over to the black community, and I'm not saying that it's some type of robotic gangster in the hood sent by the government kicking off gang wars. Heck no. We definitely have to be held accountable, and held accountable to each other and to the justice system for killing one another. But that's not the hot topic issue. They're trying to blur the lines by saying blue lives matter and all lives matter. No, black lives matter. And if you combat my statement with saying all lives matter, I'm probably going to laugh at you and say, duh, because black is all. Period. If there's nothing wrong with saying blue lives matter, then there could be nothing wrong with saying black lives matter. That's it, and that's all. Yes, all lives matter. Absolutely. That's what, but the focus is on black lives. Period, point blank. All cancers matter. The focus is on breast cancer in October. All autoimmune diseases matter. I have lupus. Lupus matters to me. I'm not saying that MS doesn't. I'm not saying that I don't empathize with people that have other ailments. But to me, my hashtag is lupus matters. And that's it, that's all. I'm a black woman with a black son, with a black man, with a black father, with a black brother, with a black uncle. And I want his life to matter. As a human, excuse me, as a human, I don't have no heaven or no hell to put nobody in, and concurrently neither does that police officer. And I feel as though in my heart that the people that kill other people should burn in hell. That's how I feel. It's not that I'm not called to love you as a human, but you have got to be held accountable to your actions, and accountability is the Father. Period, point blank. The issue is that we have no resolve for them. See, the justice system has failed. Period, point blank. That's it. It has failed. Even when it's an unjustified shooting, they're still not held accountable in the court of law. What these families are getting is settlements. There's no amount of money that's worth my child, my brother, my father, my uncle. It's not. Period. Ain't nothing gonna start that. My heart bleeds for our generation as a whole. Period. I could never understand how them families feel that's offered $2 million to bury their kid, so that this cop can move on with his life. It was a mistake. It was a bad shoot. Why we won't call it what it is? Why we won't call it murder? So anyway, that was the beginning to the video that got a couple of views, maybe about 50. So the other 50 or 60 viewers came when I said that my resolve is to start at home. See, I feel like if we infect these children with tolerance and with love and with understanding and with accountability, then our next generation don't go through what we went through. We may not be going through slavery, but it sure feels like an apartheid. It sure feels like some type of an extinction. And what I did say was, I said that it was Latinos a while ago, and I did say, and before that it was Jewish people. What the constant is the oppressor. See, the victim has changed. Jewish people, Latinos, well, go back. African people, Latinos, go back. Native Americans, indigents, Africans, Latinos, Jewish people probably was somewhere before the Latinos, and now here come black Americans. That has changed. What ain't never changed is the oppressor. But I digress. What I'm here to say right now today is start with the kid in your house. If your child says, if you are teaching your child to say all lives matter, to combat Black Lives Matter, then you are the problem and you're breeding a problem. With the black child, Absolutely, I want him to be proud to be a black man and say Black Lives Matter. But I also want him to understand that because his life matters, the next man's has to as well. Black, white, or purple. Period. Point blank. That's it. And stop arguing with these people on the internet, trolling, trying to get you to incite a riot, trying to make you look crazy, because you're not. Because it makes sense. What Jay-Z say? A wise man told me don't argue with fools because people from a distance can't tell who is who. Why would you argue with somebody over something that don't make no damn sense? Excuse my French. Seriously. It makes no sense to argue with anybody who comes and talks about all lives matter as a combative statement to Black Lives Matter. And people, get out your feelings. Just because somebody says all lives matter to you doesn't mean that they're saying Black lives don't matter. Get an understanding before you stand on something crazy, because what you're going to do is you're going to give them the picture that the media is trying to paint anyway. Start talking to each other. Now, you ain't got to hug and love a bigot, but what sense does it make to incite a riot? Unless you're ready to fight and kill for a statement, which is retarded, let it go. These black people that's linked up shutting down these expressways, and this is to my black people that's talking crazy to people that's protesting on the expressway. That's what they feel like they got to do to be heard with their cause, and that's just what it is. And you should be supporting it. Maybe not supporting what they doing because you're trying to get to work. That's petty, but okay, you don't support that. But you got to support the cause, especially if you look like me. Especially if you got all of you got a father. All of you got something. You may not have a brother or uncle, but you got something. You got a black friend. You should feel like they trying to kill whatever that black man is that's next to you. Come on, man. This man was laying on the ground with his hands in the air, still got killed, still got shot. Real talk, man. Like I say, I ain't posted on YouTube in a while, so I want to give y'all a little bit of this all lives matter, Black Lives Matter. Yeah, all lives matter. And because of that, be okay with me saying Black Lives Matter. Because if Black Lives Matter, then obviously by default, all lives matter. Y'all have a good day. Y'all can holler at me in the comments. Be very clear that I'm going to delete any racist. Have a good day.